All right, what we have here is the Sprint booster. With the accelerator pedal removed, makes it easier for access to get this pigtail plugged into the accelerator pedal there. Once you plug it in, make sure everything clicks and locks into place nice and tight. Once you double check, make sure the pigtail clipped into place on the accelerator pedal. You have this other end of the pigtail that's going to plug into the factory side harness on the chassis. Once you install the 2-wire into the harness for the selector and have your pedal back in, you can route it up however you want it. This is where I mounted mine. It's easy to get to. I can view it and change the settings accordingly.
Alright, so this is sport mode setting 5 that we're cruising around on. So far, way more responsive. Take some getting used to, especially on the takeoff, because I'm used to the throttle pedal being so delayed and laggy, and then it just comes on abrupt. So definitely noticeable difference. Freaking loving it. And this is my first minute into it, so gotta play with the other settings and see how much more touchy it's going to be. Now my other thing is rev matching. When you bump the throttle at a kind of lower RPM like we're at now, is that going to blip the RPMs up? Because before it wouldn't do that unless you were, you know, above 4,000 RPM, then it'd do it flawlessly. Okay, that was a little better. So down here at the stop sign, we'll bump the sport mode up to 7, 8, probably 7, see what it does. We'll give it a couple more ticks. There's 7. Wow. noticeable. Bump it to 9. Matching for downshifting. It's like right there, we're at 3,000 RPM in 4th gear. Let's see what it does when we try to rev match to go into 3rd. I mean, that wasn't bad. It's a rock in the road. Overall, noticeable, way big difference. And this is sport mode that we're in. Next, we'll try the race mode, which is the red indicator on this. And we'll start off on 5 and work our way up. Maybe start off on 3, I don't know. But I guess I'll make that decision here in a minute where I get stopped and change the setting. Wow, way touchy. More responsive. That's great, because that's what I was after. I was hoping that Bytetronic in the demo tunes shows that it had throttle delay setting in it, but uploading it to the car and all that, it's not there. You can't delete the secondary O2. It's like they pulled all that out. I mean, it still works and gives you access to the factory ECU for tuning, which I need it for all my upgrades, which I'll make a video on that, because I got a lot of upgrades on this. Even though I've had the car for 5 months, I've done a lot to it. Car's at idle. Let's bump this over to race. This is mode 5. I'm liking that feel. That's a noticeable difference between sport and what I'm in now. And almost red 5 almost feels like sport 9, but more responsive. If that makes sense. AFRs too, and make sure it's not throwing it off all wacky, because if it is, we'll have to add some fuel in some spots. Oh, we're looking good full throttle. throttle ticket, boys. Yeah. Setting 5. Holy shit. Even in below 3,000 RPM, bumping the throttle to try to rev match was a lot better. Up to 6,000 RPM. Gets up to speed like nothing. Love it. We'll have to try setting 7 on race mode and then 9. And right now I'm convinced 5 is the lucky number. Alright, we're in setting 7, second gear. Just a bit snappier for rev matching below 4,000 RPM. We'll try setting 9. All right, here's 9. It's actually quite smooth taking off. Still way different. Yeah, 9's pretty rowdy. Let me see how the rev match is when it gets down to about 3. Still kind of sluggish, but you know, that just might be what it is. Now just a hair above 3, it works pretty good. Liking that. All right, so that's it for this video. Let's just say I am happy with the results. I just wish I could have accessed that in Bytetronics, and that would have saved me a little bit of money. But having this to where it's more snappy and responsive is awesome. So it's very beneficial, makes the car better to drive, and there's not like a time gap between, like, you're pushing the pedal and you get it down a quarter away and you're like, come on, are you gonna go or what? And then it finally, you know, blah, takes off. Like, okay, you know, it was really noticeable at stoplights, all that stuff. So really glad about that. So stay tuned, there's more from the Mad Mini.